Crowdofboyz, peace. Come to talk to you boys today about semen retention and control, having composure. And of course, the first thing is yourself, having control over yourself, having control over your desires, having control over lust. That's the main point of retaining, of semen retention, of NoFap, holding on to your own energy, harnessing your energy. That energy will produce you to put your efforts and your attention on other things that requires your attention according to you. Whatever you put your mind to. Having control over your thoughts, clearing your mind, and being able to reassess what you have going on in your life and your reality. It's very key that we gain this control by practicing this. This one aspect that may seem simple, of just abstaining from sex, abstaining from hitting your shit, whatever the case may be. It's a deeper practice because when you're able to control the beast inside, when you're able to starve your ego, you'll be able to control other things in your outside reality. See, releasing control and power creates change. It creates a change within you, and then it manifests outwardly. That's why you get more attention, better opportunities. You get more looks, you're more noticeable, you gain a light. And when you step outside and start to exercise your newfound power, that's when things start to become more controllable for you. Next key thing is controlling your emotions. And this is important as a man because as men, we don't get to complain. We don't get to worry. We stress as men, but we don't have that time to afford to be in depression and all this other stuff and be able to sit at home. We got to go out here and get it. If you're a real man, you don't sit and pout and bitch and moan or complain about anything. We don't get that time allotted to us. All I like to say, as men, our feelings don't matter, especially if you're dealing with a woman. Your feelings really don't matter. She can say, she wants you to be in touch with your feminine side and, let her know your feelings. Yeah, maybe first starting out, but as time goes on with certain women, not all women, but most women, want to put that out there. Not all women, but most women in this society, your feelings don't matter. It's not about what you bring to the table, it's that what you already got on the table with women. So I say that to say this: if you come in with emotional problems as a man, and you're not able to control your emotions, women will prey on that. They'll use you for that energy. Or they'll just discard you. You're too emotional of a man. But they will use you for your energy, either attention, for your emotions, to suck you into their own emotional stuff. So this practice allows you to control your emotions, how to control your lust, your desires. Once again, these are emotions. You're feeling some type of way. And if you're stressed out, from feeling lonely, you feel sad, unhappy, or whatever the case may be, those are true emotions, and it's all right to feel those emotions. But once again, you have to harness this energy that you have and use it for your good. Be able to navigate through these emotions by controlling it and not letting it get the best of you. Controlling your emotions is controlling your ego. Your ego will tell you if you're alone, you got to find somebody to be with. If you're upset, you got to blow off some steam. Or you have every right to be upset because your mind can now make up why you're upset. I don't have no sex life. I don't have no outgoing life. Whatever you will say to you in your mind, that's a negative. But controlling that and redirecting it into a positive is what you need to do. Because your feelings and your emotions are valid as a man. Don't let nobody ever tell you that. Anything different, I should say. Don't let anybody tell you that as a man, you need to do this. No, as a man, what is best for you? If you need to get out your emotions, there's ways to get it out other than releasing or finding women to have sex with. If you're a lonely man, or jump into a relationship and you don't got your own shit all figured out. So controlling your emotions is a very key thing, because now when you harness your own energy and you're able to fight off certain emotions or deal with certain emotions, I should say, and be comfortable within yourself, now when you go into other relationships, friendships, work relationships, stuff like that, if somebody says something to you that you don't like, pisses you off, you're able to chill. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've been put in a situation where, real quick, I'll give you an instance where I was at work and our supervisor for our shift went on vacation for like a week. So they left the new guy, well, not a new guy, but they left like the guy that had the next seniority as a supervisor. And of course, with this guy, the typical, once you get that touch of power, you abuse it. So now he's on us about time and how much time we taking breaks and all this other shit, time from, our lunch and getting back to work. And I'm telling him, chill. You know what I mean? Like, when our other supervisor is here, like, she's not like this at all. And she's the real supervisor. She lets us take our time, chill. She's not watching the clock on us. And we don't abuse the clock, but once again, when you get somebody that's within their ego and they get that position of power, they abuse it a little bit. And this guy, he had a little bit of something out against me. For what reason, I don't know. I tried to talk to him, but, I didn't let my emotions get the best of me. And he actually walked up on me. I was sitting down, and there's an English barrier here, too, at my work. I work with mostly Spanish people, so their English isn't too good. But there's a little bit of English barrier, language barrier. And as I was sitting down, he walked up on me like he wanted to do something. He was like, what? So I just stood up and I said, hey, listen, and not yelling. I know a couple years ago I'd have been back in his face, but I just stood up, stood my ground, let him know that he was entering my space, my personal space. And while I was sitting down, and that's no good position to be in as somebody's walking towards you and they're upset. So I stood up, looked him dead in his shit. I was like, hey, listen, man, I'm not a little boy and nobody you just talk to like that. And you're walking up on me on my personal space. I'm going to clock out. I'm going to inform my manager that I'll be leaving early today because I don't feel comfortable with you on this shift because of X, Y, and Z. Because you're walking up on me, you're basing at me. We can talk as men, but if you don't want to talk, don't disrespect me either. That was my thing. And I did exactly that. Now, believe me, I was pissed. I don't like nobody walking up on me. I come from a different place. Everybody think they hood and they from the street and stuff like that. But where I come from, somebody walking up to you like that, that's a threat. But, realizing I'm at the workplace, I have to be the cooler head at that situation. At this time, I'm about 70, 75 days in, I believe, halfway through my journey. Right now I'm at 150. So I'm about like 75 days in, 70 days in on my streak. And, you know, that was a win for me. You know, everything got handled by the managers, you know, and letting that situation go, not taking it into my own hands, proving myself like, hey, this dude just walked up on me. You know, I feel like a bitch for just walking away. Nah, it ain't about that. It's about the bigger picture. If I would have swung off on him or pushed him because he walked up too close on me, then we got something else on our hands. I jeopardized my workplace until a real investigation goes on and stuff like that. And they still investigated. They looked at camera, see what happened, what they was going to do anyway. And I knew that. But taking that time to control my emotions and not get upset and let my ego get in the way of saying, this dude just walked up on me. Don't let him do that. So, you know, I give that to semen retention, you know, being able to harness that energy of what I'm feeling and reverting it. Hey, I'm going to use my mind and let somebody else deal with it. And that kind of segues into the last point of semen retention and control, and that's controlling situations, not people. I didn't really have the intentions of going over that story, but it ties into that last point. Once again, controlling situations, not the people. You know, I was able to control that situation. You know, I'm gonna walk away from you. If you follow me now, you're posing a real threat. And as I was walking away, I was going to clock out, let them know I was going to, you know, tell the manager and stuff like that. You know, he was calling me, yo, to come back, to create more conflict. And I'm like, nope. I took control of that situation by letting and releasing that control. I'm not going to do what I really want to do. So I'm going to release it and let somebody else handle it. There's a way out. I can control myself. He couldn't. You know, he felt that I was challenging him because, you know, I was just so lax. I wasn't drumming to his beat, if you will. You dig? Like, I was just, you know, doing me as if I would do any other day. I wasn't doing anything outside the norm. Because I knew my supervisor, our real supervisor, wasn't there, so I can't conduct myself different now or too different because, you know, our supervisor isn't here. I knew that certain eyes would be on us. I'm not that dumb. You know, the supervisor is like you know what I mean? It's not like we got a substitute teacher or something and we just get to wild out in class for the day. It's not that. We talking about the workplace here. So, you know, it's to maintain professionalism. Still through and through. Being true and honest to what we doing. And now, I'm not saying that I never, you know, take extra time on my break or, you know what I mean, be a little lax. But, you know, this type of environment and when our real supervisor is here, you know, it's cool. You know, she's cool with it. But I'm still going to treat it and not abuse it. I'm still going to be able to control it. Control the situations and not the people. You can't control somebody and what they're thinking, what their emotions are. Somebody's upset, mad, angry, yelling, cursing. Now you can go down to that level and meet them where they're at, or if you're a high vibrational being and you've gained this through semen retention, you have the power now to know that I don't have to control you. I could just control the situation. And you could talk to the person as you would, calmly, use your vibration to mediate the situation. But, you know, going back to the first point, releasing that control and power creates change. Control the situation and walk away. Or get somebody else to step in. Or avoid the situation altogether. That's what semen retention has taught me. I've been placed in other situations with my baby mother, and I damn sure can't control it. You know what I mean? That's why we're in the position that we in now. You dig? Like, but I've had to let that situation go, releasing control and power on my side, and let her call the shots. Let these other women call the shots. Even women that I deal with now, I give them the complete control. You want to approach me? You got it. You can control your emotions, your situations. How are you going to deal with it? Because I'm dealing with it my own way. I'm harnessing my own energy within, and I'm controlling myself. Now, until that time where I do feel like approaching or saying anything else to anybody or a woman or addressing a situation, whether it be positive or negative, I know I have control over my emotions. Be able to take a joke if somebody pokes fun at me, or if something they may say come off rude, I won't take it in a negative light. So this is key in this journey, having control. I'm gonna leave y'all boys with that. Control yourselves, control your egos, and control situations and not people. With that said,